streaming. So let me see what's locked up here. The old computer ain't, I think ain't liking it very well. But hey, thank you so much for being on here. If you're brand new or maybe we haven't had a chance to meet you yet, all right, everybody, welcome back. Sorry about that first stream. Hopefully you'll get caught up and caught back up on here. But that last stream did not go out well. I was trying to stream to too many places. So sometimes you can't get a little overzealous in trying to use technology in a certain way. But for those I haven't had a chance to meet yet, my name is Raymond Wilkinson. I'm the pastor of Open Road Fellowship Church, and I am so excited to be on here today as we are celebrating Good Friday. And, you know, this is a time that we're going in. We are sliding into that Easter celebration just like wide open right now. And I've got an announcement. I want you to stay to the end because I've got an announcement that I'm going to release and I think you're going to really, really enjoy. But I want to keep you here for a minute because I want to talk to you a little bit about the time frame. And I'm really just holding up a little bit of time, letting a few people get the new notification of the new live feed. But I do want you to hang out with me because I do have a message for you at the end to let going out well. And my computer says the stream is not working. I'm looking on my phone here, and that may be what's causing some of the issues. But I'm looking on my phone, and somebody tell me whether or not you're getting the stream and it's staying out there. It's a good possibility my computer may be reporting back poorly. Response back that it's good and that it's happening, and hopefully that's all working. Vicky, I see that you got me, so I'm going to keep going. But I want you to hang out with me until the end because I have a message for you, an announcement. I'm going to give you a message, but I want to give you an announcement here at the end to let you know something for this weekend that's going to be happening. So let me read from you real fast because I want you to understand that we're at the end of Passion Week. We're end of that week where Jesus is, he comes in he comes into the city. They're hailing him, they're worshiping him, they're taking care of him. And it goes from he's all that in a bag of chips to he's now went through the trial. He's been betrayed, he's been through the trial, and he's about to be he's being executed. And actually in this time frame we're in right now, as we traditionally celebrate on Good Friday, that this is the crucifixion day. All right, this is the day that we celebrate of Christ's crucifixion, and it was a horrible thing. And I'm not going to go over all of that, but I want you to think we're at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and if it's 2 o'clock now, and if we were in Jesus's time, it would be dark. It'd be dark right now, and it would be something that would be just. If you really, really think about it, if you look at the dark world that we're in today, now it's sunshiny today. I'm broadcasting from Haughton, Louisiana, and it is beautiful outside. Matter of fact, when I'm done with this, I think I'm going fishing. But I'm going to do it with this remembrance thing, this thing that just, if we were in Jesus' time and we were watching the crucifixion, it would be dark right now. And let me read you the passage. We're going to be in Matthew chapter 27. And I'm wanting you to capture a little bit about this hour, all right? That's happening. Jesus is on the cross. He's been whipped. He's walked up to Golgotha. He's nailed to the cross. He's hanging there. He's said a lot of his words. But watch this. This starts in verse 45. It says, "From noon until 3 in the afternoon, darkness came over all the land." All right, it's 2 o'clock right now. So we will have been in darkness for 2 hours. And my interpretation of this, what I've seen it done, what I believe this is this is the point in time where all of our sin, all the sin of the world has come upon Jesus. That's why he went to the cross. He was sinless. He was perfect. But he had to pay the penalty of sin. He had to pay the debt for sin. And this is the moment where Jesus had said, my God, why have you forsaken me?" He's talked to God the Father now and has referred to him as God. I'm fixing to tell you about this one, but this is a time where God and his Son, God the Father and God the Son, Jesus, are separated. Verse 2 tells us this. About 3 in the afternoon, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, "Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani." All right, that's Greek to me. Don't know much Greek, but I know that one. And which it means, my God, why have you forsaken me?" So Jesus has cried out to his Father at 3 in the afternoon because this time of darkness has come over Jesus, or has come over the world and the earth in this time, because all of our sin he's now taken on his shoulders. Verse 47. It says, when some of them standing there heard this, they said, he's calling Elijah. And immediately one of them ran and got a sponge, and he filled it with wine vinegar, put it on a staff, and offered it to Jesus to drink. The rest said, now leave him alone. Let's see if Elijah comes and saves him. All right. So even in the crowd, they're still mocking him. They're still trying to get him. All right. Verse 50, it says, when Jesus had cried out again in a loud voice, he gave up his spirit. All right. This is the moment in which he died. Okay. So he's physically died. All right. 3 hours of darkness, noon to 3 o'clock. It's dark. In that third hour, at 3 o'clock, he cries up. He looks up to God. And the first time in all of Scripture, now I haven't read I have read the Scriptures, but can't remember every single one of them. But I've seen, and I have got, every time Jesus talks to his heavenly Father, he refers to him as Father, except this one point. And this is because he's full of our sin, and a great, awesome God can't be in the presence of sin. And Jesus has just absorbed all of our sin. So he turns away and he's given up his spirit. And now this is where, look at verse 51. It says, at that moment, the curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. The earth shook and the rock split and the tombs broke open. All right. If you remember the temple, no one could go before God. Nobody could go before God, because there was this heavy curtain. This wasn't like your shower curtain at home. This was a very, very thick, heavy made curtain that separated us from God. And only one time a year, the priest could go in there and be in the presence of God. And he had to be holy. He had to be perfect. He had to be completely clean, or he would die. And that's why they tied a rope around him, because they had to pull him out. Nobody went to the presence of God. But when Jesus gave up his spirit, verse 51 says, at that moment, the curtains of Jesus. All of this is happening today, what we celebrate today as Good Friday. It says, and tombs broke open, and the bodies of many holy people Jesus is beating death. He's beating the grave. Death, where is your sting? Jesus is taking care of this. Verse 54, it says, when the centurion and those with him who were guarding Jesus saw the earthquake and all that had happened, they were terrified and exclaimed, surely he was the Son of God. Church, I want to tell you right now that the reason this is called Good Friday, even though it's the crucifixion of Jesus, and you would think, man, can they come up with a better name than Good Friday? How horrible that was. And yes, I could go back and, man, we could talk completely just on the trial and the resurrection, or the killing of Jesus. But more importantly than that, the reason this is Good Friday, because our salvation could not have happened without this day. Our salvation, the free salvation and the gift that God has given us to be in his presence, came because Jesus got on this cross and died. All right. And even in that last verse 54, the centurion, the guard, the one that was in charge of guarding Jesus while he hung on the cross. And this was a big deal. This criminal thing on the cross was a big deal. But this centurion, after seeing everything, after seeing all that happened, said these words, surely he was the Son of God. And friends, if you know someone who doesn't know Jesus, it's the cross. It's the cross that can draw them to truly see what Jesus is, who he says he is, because he told us, I'm going to die a horrible death. But the good news we're going to celebrate in 3 days is he got out. He got out of the grave. He was rose from the grave. And he said, and because I do that, if you'll believe in me, you can have salvation. The cross is powerful. So I just want to bring that to you as we sit in this last hour, as we sit in the noon to 3. If we were in Jesus' time right now, it would be dark, because all of our sin would be being poured upon Jesus. What a celebration. What a day. So I want to thank you for hanging out with me to this end. I hope that encourages you. I hope you just, as you ponder and you think about today, as you go about your day, and we have all these troubles and challenges with this COVID-19 stuff and social distancing and all the things that we're doing. Let's take some time to really, really think about what Jesus went through. Because I promise you, what you're going through and what I'm going through, though may be bad, is not what he had to go through. But the thing about it was, he went through it absolutely willingly. He wanted to, because he loved you and he loved me. And I'm so thankful for that. So this is the death. Today we celebrate, we celebrate the death of Christ. But Sunday we celebrate he has risen, and he has risen indeed. All right, that's Easter. All right, we got some changes. You're the first ones to hear about this. Okay, we were going to have parking lot church at 10:30 on Sunday, and look, the weather ain't going to cooperate. All right, and hey, welcome to North. Do church at 3 p.m. At 3 p.m. on Sunday, we're going to have our live broadcast church, which we're going to be doing, and we're going to have parking lot church. That to me is the most exciting part. Parking lot church. We're coming drive-in church. You drive in, you roll your window, and I'm trying to come up with a dance. We need to do a dance, a hug, bump, 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 something like that. All right, we need to do a distance hug, but we're gonna have church. We're gonna look each other in the eye. We're gonna have church celebrating together the resurrection of Christ. 3 o'clock this Sunday, out there at the coffee shop parking lot, Pepe's Mexican Restaurant. We're gonna have it all. We're gonna have it packed. And we're going to still have donuts and coffee, because even though we're going to be a little bit late getting started, we're still going to have church the way we do church. We'll have great music. Robbie and the band have been practicing, got an extra song that they're going to do. It's going to be a great time. So make plans for that. Invite your friends. Share this message, whatever. Invite your friends. 3 o'clock Sunday, Easter message. Make sure that you attend. Make sure that you're there. And it's going to be a great time. So God bless you. Continue, think on what Jesus did for you right now today. Good Friday, he hung on the cross. And at 3 o'clock is when the scriptures tell us the veil was torn and we could come into the presence of God, because Jesus is our high priest and he has opened the doors. He's torn the veil and we can come to God. Hey, I love you, church. Have a great rest of your weekend. Stay safe in the storm, because the storm's coming. But at the end of the day, Sunday, he is risen. God bless you. Talk to you later.